Hello, 8th graders. Um, it's been a long time. I'm finally uploading a video for you guys, so my apologies in the delay. But a couple things I want you to keep in mind is that the reason why I'm going back to probability and doing all these things is because the tests that I made you guys take on Friday, I haven't gotten the test yet, but I did receive the scores, and they don't look so good. Now, it might be because it's different from what I've been used to teach. The questions on there, like I said, I didn't make them. So even though they were difficult topics or you've never seen them before, it just seems that you guys have a lot more work that needs to be done. So unfortunately, we won't be able to move on to Algebra 2 things, but I'm not sure how the plan is going to unfold. Eventually, when we get to April and May, we'll discuss what's going to happen in terms of geometry project. All of you guys know the topics and you guys know your group members, so I'm going to ask you guys to do that further down the road. But for the foreseeable future, what we're going to do is we're going to dive back into topics we've talked about before that you guys were weak on. So after getting the scores report back from Mrs. Ghosh, it turns out that a lot of you guys were struggling with equations of circles. For some reasons, I'm not sure why. Then there were the not circles, but the probability. That was definitely another one, and the similarity. These were the top three things that Mrs. Ghosh told me that I needed to go back and work on. So I'm going to give you Pearson work, Khan Academy stuff. That's why for the past couple of days, it's really just been about these kind of things. With the marking period grade almost nearing an end, I'm sure that you guys are going to have a lot of questions in regarding your makeups and that kind of things. I will be more attentive to that from this point onward. So because it's our last week before the marking period grades are supposed to be put in. I have a Google Meet today during the class from 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock. If you have any questions there, we'll talk about it, and please just get online and so we can just talk about it then. This video is really meant for probability of Venn diagram. So once you see this video while you're working on your classwork/homework, you should just be able to finish up today's and the homework for Monday, and that will be it. One of the things I taught you in probability was mutual exclusive and independency and those kind of things, but I didn't really dive into Venn diagram, and Mrs. Ghosh has told me to really go over this, so I'm going to do this with you guys for today. Okay? All right, so if you have any further questions, just save them to the end, or you can save them so you can ask me during our Google Meets, and or you could just shoot me an email. I know that I've been a little bit late in responding to some of your emails in terms of responding back to retakes and those kind of things in terms of your grades. Please let me know, and don't postpone it until next Thursday or next Friday. Okay. For now, let's just pay attention to the video, and all the assignment is also uploaded for you guys in Google Classroom, so you guys can all see it. And while I'm working on this, I want you guys to try it on your own and make sure that you guys are able to do this on your own first. Okay? Alright, so on the Venn diagram worksheet, I gave you two of them. That there should be the one called classwork, the other one should be called homework. Homework is a little bit more elaborate, but classwork is what I want to get into. So here's a Venn diagram. You guys all should know what a Venn diagram is. It's basically two circles containing information from left and right. Now, some of these questions that you guys have, it says 30 students are asked if they have a dog or a cat. This is a complete picture of a Venn diagram. Notice that there's a blank here, here, as well as here. This is for the people that does not have dogs and does not have cats. Just keep that in mind. So it's not just always about these two circles. There's also this box that contains the outside world where there are certain population in which they do not have or contain those two things. So we have 21 have a dog, 16 have a cat, and 8 have a dog but not a cat. Okay. So what does that mean is that the people that just have the dog would be 8. Makes sense. And then it says that 21 have a dog. So that this circle right here should represent all the people that just have dogs right here. So if this has 21 and there's 8 that just have dogs, the rest of it, which is also contained within this purple circle, this right here plus 8 should give you 21. So what that means is that this purple circle that I've drawn for you guys should be 20. No, that should be 13. It's TGIF, so don't even try to correct my mistakes today. 8 plus 13, which gives me 21. Now, after I figured out, it's kind of like Sudoku, where a cat right here in this orange circle, we know that there's 16 in total. Well, there are going to be 13 people who both have dog and a cat, right? So then that means that, okay, so if we're assuming that, of course, all of these people that have dogs, all of these people who have cats, this 16 should represent all the people who have cats, but 13 have both cats and a dog. So, again, 13 plus this number should give you 16, so that should be a 3. Okay? Now, remember, we're supposed to finish the Venn diagram. We have the dog, then we have the cat, but we also need to figure out the people who do not have dogs nor cats. Now, what I do not want you guys to do is, this is a common mistake. I do not want you to add 21 plus 16 because, oh, there's dogs here and there's cats here and this becomes 37. But that makes no sense because we have 30 people in total. So what does that mean? It means that we need to look at these from just people who have dogs, people who have both, and people that just have cats. I want you to really take a look at the numbers here. Well, the yellow is really not going to show, but number 8, 13, and 3. These 3 numbers have to add to give you the entire population just within the Venn diagram circles. So 8 plus 13 plus 3 should give you 24. There are 24 people who own pets, if you wanted to assume that pets are only contained by dogs or cats. Let me rephrase that. Own cats, dogs, or both. That's 24. Well, if we know that there are 30 people are in total, that means there's 6 short, and those 6 people do not have anything. Do not have dogs nor cats. So therefore, you're just going to put 6 right here, and then that should complete the Venn diagram. Okay? So using that, I would like you to finish number 2. I think that will just really prolong for you to see. And now I'm going to just skip right on to the number 3. Now, this is called a sample set, or just elements, if you would like to prefer. Sets of numbers, or in statistics we call it sample. Any of these would do, but for the sake of the probability in geometry, we're just going to use set of numbers, okay? With this weird symbol sign that I really don't know how to pronounce. So we have a number from 1 through 12. S is a representation of all the square numbers, and E is the even numbers. Now, what does square numbers mean? Well, square numbers is anything that has basically something squared, basically. So I believe we have 3 of them. We have 1, we have 4, and we have 9. Those are called the square numbers. Unfortunately, 4 by 4, which is 16, that's not part of the set, so we can't use that. So if you were to really give a sample size or a set of numbers for a set of S, we're going to call this 1, 4, and 9. And even numbers, you all know what that means. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 12. Okay? So now it says complete the Venn diagram. Well, completing the Venn diagram here, what we're going to do is, okay, I want to put all the elements that belongs in both first. Let's start with here. Which numbers are both square and even numbers? Well, it turns out only 4 is in both, because you can take a look at here and here. And then now only numbers that's in the set of S, it's 1 and 9. And all the other ones is 2, 6, 8, 10, and 12. Those are the other numbers. So in total, if you take a look, We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 numbers that is within the Venn diagram portion. That leaves us with 4 numbers outside. All the other numbers that might be would be 3. That doesn't contain in either one of them. 5, 7, and then 11. So these are the numbers that's outside. Remember, you want to make sure that these numbers are within this box that contains no set of elements that belongs in S or E. You gotta contain this. One of the numbers is chosen at random. Write the probability that S and E at the same time. Now this symbol might be a little bit weird, but I'm gonna share this with you right now. If we call these two the sets of numbers, sets of square numbers, sets of even numbers, then this represents and. What do we have in common in both sets? So the probability of that, well, think about it. We have 12 numbers in total. We have choosing a number. And what's the number that is contained in both set S and E? Well, it's this one right here, 4. So that's 1 out of 12. So that is the probability. Or we can say the element S and E, okay, is just 4. And the entire, with the little symbol, the entire set is 1 all the way to 12. So if you take the probability of that, it becomes 1 out of 12 that way as well. Okay? Okay, and let's see. For this one, please draw the Venn diagram. And then, of course, you want to draw the box as well. And then find the probability for me. I believe you guys can do that on your own. Now here, there is certain other things that I want you to take a look at, which is this. A, U, B. Well, I don't want to call it U, but it looks like a U, so I'm just going to use that. This means A or B. Please keep that in mind. A and B, like I said, it's just A and B. Okay? So write down the numbers that are in each set. So we're talking about the set of numbers that is in both set A or in both set B. And you don't want to have a repeat. So just consider all numbers in A. It seems that there are going to be 3, right? 15, 12, and 18. So you write 15, 12, and 18. In set B, however, 12 and 18 are repeated, so you don't want to say that twice. You just want to do the rest of it, which is 10, 16, and 14 like that. So that is OR situation. AND situation is pretty simple. It's the one that they have in common. So you're going to say 12 and 18. So one of the numbers in the diagram shows at random. Find the probability the number is in set A. Well, the count of total numbers, remember, you always want to find the probability out of total, the designated number out of the total. Well, the total is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Out of these 10 numbers, what we want to do is we want to find out how many of them are in set A. We found out that that's 3 numbers, 15, 12, and 18. So that's 3 out of 18 is equal to 0.3 is equal to 30%. Okay. Okay, so since I've told you that, I want you to do this by yourself. And also this one, I believe that they're all going to be okay. Now, these are your homework questions that you guys see, and there are a lot. And so I am not going to probably ask you guys to wrap this up, but most likely, if you haven't finished this by Monday, I'm going to ask you guys to please work on it, on like it's due on 10 a.m. So please, you guys have the time. Actually, no, I need you guys to finish this by Monday. I want to get the Venn diagram questions out of the way here. Okay, so use the Venn diagram below to answer questions 1 through 5. Here, I'm going to keep on switching back and forth, even though it might be a little bit annoying. We have rock, rap, and country. So we have those 3 categories there. And we want to find out essentially all of these questions on the next page. So let's see. So on the next page here, it says, how many total people are represented in the diagram? Well, the way to find out the total number of people is to simply just add all of these numbers up. So when we have 18, 11, 24, 8, 7, 1, and 17, these gives me 16, this gives me 40, that gives me 29, that gives me 69. So when you add those two, you get an 86, I believe. So you're going to write 86. How many people like country? Well, that's simple. You just have to circle this country part and you have to add only the people that is in the country circle. So that's 15, 16, and that's 33. If one person is chosen at random, what is the probability that the person would like rap music? So out of these 86 people, how many people like rap music? Well, then you just have to find out how many people like the rap music. 11 plus 7 plus 1, and that will be 8, 19, that will be 43. So it's 43. If you guys reduce that, that should be 1 out of 2. One person chosen at random, what is the probability the person will like country or rock music? Country or rock music means it's both of these. Guys, remember, it's going to be country or rock. You do know that you have to make sure that those overlaps must be accounted for. So when you add all the people in this country would be 15, 16, that should be 33 people. But we do not include those three numbers when we're counting rock. Then rock would just simply be 18 people. So when you add those two, it's 51. That's 5. So it will be 51 out of 86. Last one, if one person shows at random, what is the probability that the person would like country and rock music? Well, country and rock music, this is a little tricky because country and rock only means these people right here. I'm going to color code it. It's going to be in purple, these guys right here. Because we're talking about rock, country and rock only, not rap at all. So we're not considering the circle at all. We're considering this circle, we're considering that circle. And the and portion will be in between. So that's total of 15, I believe. That's 8 plus 7. One person is chosen at random, it's still out of 86, and therefore you're going to get the answer like that. There you go. I have just finished the first question for you on the homework. For the next one, it's pretty much the same thing. And also work on this. And then there's a lot of questions here, but they're not really that bad. So if you have any questions, just please let me know, and I'll be there to help you out. For today, I'll be online. Just shoot me a question, say hello, do what you need to do. Make sure this is finished by Monday. Your classwork finished by today, by 11:59 p.m. I'm going to change it to 11:40 a.m. please. So please finish it until the class is finished. Thank you very much and have a great day. Please stay safe, okay? Make sure you guys sanitize your hands and do all these things that you guys need to do. Don't get sick. Take care of yourself. Take care of your family. And hopefully we get to see each other. At this rate, New Jersey has 743 people infected, if you haven't noticed. So try to stay indoors as much as possible. I don't know if we're going to be seeing each other, 2 weeks from now, a week, 2 months from now, 2 years from now. I'm not sure, but regardless of whatever it is, the learning never stops, and I'm gonna continue to post videos like this for you guys for the foreseeable future. Okay, have a nice day.